Okay, continuing where we left off from yesterday. And here's hoping none of my equipment fails like it always tends to. But so last I was showing off this earthquake down here, right? I said Chile, but it's Argentina, right? And so keep note this geodesic. So I started off by pointing out this one that's kind of lit up here through Japan, Aleutians, and then New Mexico. But that one, it looks like it kind of veers to the side of this Argentina quake. But the Argentina quake does come up through the New Mexico one and connect with these like Anchorage quakes, and then maybe back down through Japan. Either way, it's kind of the same general area, but keep this in mind. And so with this earthquake predicting technique, I'm looking at pairs of quakes that are within some angle threshold. I think it's like 10 to 90 degrees. Before it was 15 to 60 degrees. And from there, I'm checking all subsequent quakes to see if any others show up. So the data can be noisy or it cannot be, depending on what sort of filters I look at. So here's like just the quakes that come within, I think it is within 5 degrees. Sorry, the great arcs that come within 5 degrees of this newfound Argentina quake. But if we look at all possible pairs of quakes within the last, I think I'm just looking at the last one day, it's everywhere, right? But if I pay significance to just those, like, what did I say, like 10 to 90 degrees, I think I'm especially focusing on the 90 degree mark. I'm looking at the magnitude of the cross product, and don't ask me why. I'm still looking for better indicators, but I'm especially noticing that quakes line up in geodesics, right? So here is looking at these 90 degree quakes, and they happen to, there happens to be a few of them that are all on this one single geodesic, and that one single geodesic just happens to run close by the Argentina quake, right? So keeping this geodesic in mind, because it has a lot of quakes running through it, we're going to look at the next few quakes that popped up in the next 24 plus hours. Like, I guess this one was 7:33 UTC yesterday. And so here goes. We're going to have a few. Sorry that my computer is pretty slow. But so we're going to have a few that are like, in the middle of, off the beaten path. They do probably have their own set of geodesics that they align on, and I could analyze them farther. But I'm just looking at this one, Japan to Alaska to New Mexico to close to Argentina, right? Keep that in mind, because we're going to see a few more show up in the next 24 hours. Okay, this one here, what's that, like Alaska Panhandle or Northwest Territories? It's close. It's close, but it's not close enough. There's even better ones yet to come. Don't worry. Sorry for how slow my computer is. I think one in Turkey over there, still off the beaten path of what we're looking at this very moment. Here we have New Mexico again. That is, right at the intersection of everything right now, it looks like. And a few more, New Mexico. Yeah, Kansas, that's kind of still a weird one that's out there. I don't know if that's close enough or not to what we're looking at. Yeah, more New Mexico. Yeah, New Mexico seems to be where a lot of stuff is going on. Interesting. Then we have Alaska again. Close. Keep waiting. Keep going. Yeah, this one's on another highlighted geodesic, but not the one I'm interested in at the moment. Same with this guy. So yeah, some highlighted geodesics, but not our favorite one right here. That's like taking up all the center of the screen. Interesting. Still want to keep going. Yeah, slow computer. Okay, here we go. So Japan, again, very close to our geodesic. very close to all the activity on this one great arc on the Earth that we are watching. And slow computer. Here, Caribbean, not our favorite, but it's on an active geodesic. New Mexico again, where all the attention is. Alaska again, and that one is right on our geodesic. Look, right on it. And this one, Indonesia, also right on it. Just right off the edge of where the geodesic is tracking through. Was like South America, New Mexico, Alaska Panhandle, Japan, and right in the same vein is Indonesia quake. Oklahoma, a little far off. Bear with me while I get through the last of these earthquakes. My computer can barely stand this. And there, Japan, right on the geodesic once again. Right on the money. And again, Japan. And Idaho, that's kind of close. That Idaho actually looks like it's right on the Argentina, New Mexico, Idaho, because that one veers just a little north of the New Mexico, Aleutian Islands, Japan. So I'm looking at, plus or minus, I think like 5 degrees whenever I'm looking for how these match up. And Idaho again. And Alaska again. And Alaska again. And Idaho once again. And so, Idaho again. So a reason why this particular line is so highlighted at the moment is because right now I'm just doing additive blending of geodesics, and it just so happens that there's a large number of quakes. So this is going to favor quake. What you're seeing here, the annotations are going to favor the quake numbers over other things like quake magnitude. And it's especially going to favor quake numbers that are all in the same spot. And I'm not necessarily at the moment throwing all my money on quake numbers being the indicator, but my thesis here is geodesics, right? And I'm still ironing out the details. What angle between quakes along the same geodesic, what magnitude, numbers, depth, lots of different things. But what I am really hitting home is geodesics. That fault lines don't even matter. Geodesics do matter, right? Here is Japan once again. Bear with me. I think I've got like 7 more. Let's see if my computer can survive it. Caribbean again. Iran. China. West Coast. Close to all our other activity. Slow old computer, sorry about that. Still trying to compute. It's almost done, like 1 or 2 more quakes. It runs a whole lot faster whenever I'm not recording at the same time. There, finally, Indonesia, not on our line. Not on this line, at least, but it's on some of its own. And finally, the last quake. And there, Idaho once again. So yeah, here we had, I started with this one in Argentina, and this geodesic I was looking at just hours before it struck. I think this Argentina one actually struck just minutes after that first snapshot. And then 6 hours later, I looked back and realized it was right on the line. But then, yeah, since then, there has been only more activity in New Mexico, in Idaho, in Alaska, in Japan, and then that new one in Indonesia, just right on the exact same line. But, so yeah, this one caught my eye. I'm still refining things, and yeah, geodesics, this is the thing I'm pushing. So thanks for watching.